Om Yogis, welcome to a practice today with Hecate, the goddess of occult knowledge. We're going to be seated for the first 15 minutes or so make sure you find a comfortable seat for you. Any position is fine. Prop yourself with blankets or blocks. If you're sitting cross-legged, you can prop under your knees, or even better, sit on enough support so your hips are higher than your knees. And if at any point you need to stretch your legs or change your position, then do so. So, in short, find a comfortable seat. And we're going to start today's practice with the chin slightly raised. The arms come straight out in front of us but reach to a 45-degree angle. So they're not directly out in front of us, but they're not overhead either, somewhere in between. And from here we're going to start to gently make a figure eight or infinity movement with the arms. Allow the body to rock with the momentum of the arms as it wants to. Close your eyes and become the darkness. It is into the darkness that we find the goddess Hecate. Traditionally, she's seen as a crone. Yet Hecate has wisdom. She has claircognizance, which is the ability to just know things. Her unexplainable ability to just know meant that she was feared by ordinary people, seen as what we would now call a witch. And she is often depicted this way, wearing dark robes, having 3 heads and protected by black dogs. And it is said that she could be found where 3 roads meet, as it was thought magic was more potent at a crossroads. This magical setting was called Trivayam, meaning where 3 roads meet. And as the goddess was diminished over time, this word became a derivative of the English word trivia, or trivia became a derivative of Trivayam. Trivia meaning commonplace, and Trivayam meaning magical. So we again, see the reduction of the goddess, the diminishment of the goddess. We see how the wise woman that was Hecate was reduced through story and myth into a witch or a hag, and how her true nature fell into shadow, and she became like a ghost version of herself. But today we're going to work with Hecate as she is meant to be seen. And this is a practice to enter into the dark corners of the self. So keeping that figure eight movement going, start to become aware of your armpits. This is where we're working into with this movement, physically. And spiritually, this movement is thought to create a field of energy around the psyche, so our inner ghosts can be released. So let's continue the infinity looping. And just stay with that for a few more minutes. dancing in the darkness here. Very, very beautiful. Because today we work with Hecate, working into the dark corners, working with the psyche, creating a field of energy around the psyche so our inner ghosts can be released. And we can continue with this infinity looping, really stretch, opening the armpits. And if you like, you can lift the arms directly above the head now and loop, make that figure 8 with the arms. Let the body rock to wherever it needs to rock. Keeping your eyes closed so you're still in the darkness. Imagine you are moving upwards, heightening your senses. Keep going with this. Keep looping, moving upwards, heightening the senses. So Hecate was not a mere commonplace hag woman, as she is sometimes depicted. Hecate was actually a pre-Olympian triple goddess of the underworld. And like her dogs, she was always seen with dogs around her, Hecate's senses are finely tuned to sense every subtle shift in her environment. It was through her highly tuned clairaudience, or clear hearing, that she was the first one to hear Persephone's cries when Persephone was kidnapped by Hades. And Hecate was the goddess who compassionately sought out Demeter, Persephone's mother, to comfort her and let her know where Persephone had gone. And then Hecate went back into the underworld and stayed as a companion to the frightened Persephone. And she was the one who bravely made the deal with Hades to release Persephone for half of the year, to console her poor mother. So Hecate was a powerful peacemaker and balance bringer. Let's stop with that figure 8 movement, lovely. Keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to your lap and start to breathe in and out through your mouth, keeping your teeth apart. Becoming still now. Hecate sits skillfully within the web of life, and she can pull all the right strings to reweave situations and actualize change. Beautiful. Now keep your mouth open, keep your teeth apart, but now breathe as slowly and quietly as is possible, in and out through your nostrils. So Hecate is said to work in both worlds, the world of the living and the world of the dead. However, Hecate is more comfortable in the hidden places. Release that breath and just breathe normally for a moment. Be comfortable. Allow yourself to journey into the hidden places within you with the goddess Hecate. Lovely. Now we'll take some neck stretches here. So just bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. Allow your right shoulder to drop. And let yourself fall into this pose. Make your descent into it. Be relaxed. And breathe deep. Coming back to center when you're ready, and then over to the other side. Hecate possesses all the understanding and the powers of the occult or hidden worlds. All of the clairs, claircognizance, clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience. Starting with claircognizance, which means clear knowing. Hecate just knew things as if she was receiving downloads of information. And while you stretch here, ask yourself the question, do you ever just know things? Or have you been taught something that is supposed to be brand new or is so old and unknown to others, only to realize you already know it? This is claircognizance. One of the gifts and powers of the hidden worlds that Hecate possessed. Let's come back to center. Bring your hands to your knees and start to just roll through your belly, making that infinity loop. Create the crossroads here, a trivium, place of power within you. Hecate also had the ability of clairsentience, clear feeling, gut reactions, gut knowing, being able to feel vibrational resonance or dissonance, or being able to glean information just from the feeling of a place. Change the direction of your looping now, lovelies, and ask yourself the question, do you sometimes feel things that other people might miss? Might you have the power of clairsentience within you? Let's come back to center and meet in cat-cow. And in this pose today, let's come into the space of the ears. Imagine that you're a great elephant great big ears moving up and down. Hecate also had the gift of clairaudience, meaning clear hearing, being able to hear her higher self, being able to converse with her spirit guides, hearing the words, the real words behind what people are actually saying or thinking. Having vibrational understandings also comes as a part of clairaudience, the same as clairsentience in a way. Vibrations are just sounds that we cannot physically hear. Rather, we feel those sounds and somehow understand the power of them. Clairaudient people might hear the vibrations of crystals, for example, or feel the dissonance of someone who is sad or angry. And you can ask yourself the question, do you hear higher guidance, sometimes from within, or sometimes songs in the trees, or the Om of the earth? Let's come into a kneeling position when you're ready. We're just going to stretch the eyes up as you put the tongue out, lion face. And then lemon face as you breathe in, squeezing everything in towards the center of your nose. Really work your eyes here, more so than you would usually. Lion is one of Hecate's aspects. We'll talk more about this later. But in this pose, we're looking at clairvoyance, working with the eyes, clear seeing. Hecate had this gift that gave her pictures internally, that gave her information. She'd have visions. She'd see beings in other dimensions and worlds, or have prophetic dreams. And you can ask yourself the question, how much do you see in your dreams? How much access do you have to your psyche, or your subconscious mind, or your third eye? Do you have waking visions, or perhaps do you see portals in the natural world? Perhaps you are slightly clairvoyant. And so we're just exploring the clairs together today with Hecate. And coming out of that lion work now, let's fall back, melt back into child's pose. With Hecate, we explore the clairs or hidden gifts to see which ones are more developed in us. Hecate has mastered all of these abilities and uses all of these hidden faculties to inform their decisions and master the labyrinths of both the over and the underworlds. So there are hidden gifts within you that can help you navigate your way through whatever challenges you are facing. Hecate comes forward to remind you of this. So let's come to all fours, lovelies. And we're going to reach up with the left hand and press down with the right hand. Let the head be where it wants to be. You can look up to your top arm or look down to the floor. Just taking a moment to explore the stretch, the hidden places. And then when you're ready, we can thread the top arm underneath the bottom arm, left arm under right. Press into the palm of your right hand. Take a moment here to explore the hidden realms. And then slowly unravel yourself back to all fours. We're going to switch sides so the right arm reaches, left arm presses. Take a few moments here. Now thread the needle, stretching to the second side. So right arm under left, pressing into left palm to increase the twist if it feels right for you. Explore the sensations. The hidden realms, and flood those realms with breath. Now we move at our own time between the worlds of up and down and left and right. Exploring the dark corners of the body is a bit like cleaning out the cobwebs, so we'll come back to the original first side. Stretch up first, take your time, and then when you're ready, thread the needle. And then in your own time, swap sides, do the same thing again. At your own pace. Hecate sits skillfully within the web of life, pulling the right strings to reweave situations and actualize change. We're just mirroring that with the body now, mirroring the way that Hecate traverses both the world of the living and the world of the dead. Often she is more at home in the subtle realms of the underworld than the physical ones. This makes her mysterious and often misunderstood as a dark witch. In fact, Hecate is a protectress against evil. She brings a balancing influence to all things. Moving up and down this way and that, weaving and reweaving. In the famous story of Persephone, Hecate becomes her companion, teaching that beauty can exist in the underworld. Hades, the dark god of death, actually fell in love with Persephone, which proves this theory. Hecate also struck the deal with Hades that Persephone could return to Earth for half of the year, thus easing her mother's grief and bringing about the seasons and the survival of us mortals. So Hecate is a big deal. and a good woman. Okay, when you're ready, let's come back to center. Taking downward facing dog. Let's stretch everything out. And just drop to your knees when you're ready. Take child's pose. Let yourself fall for a moment. Fall into the hidden places. Okay, from child's pose, let's come to stand on the knees. Take your left foot out to the side edge of your mat. Bring the sole of that foot to the floor and open that hip, turning the left foot outward as much as is comfortable for you. We'll take a few moments to circle the hips here with hands to the floor. Just working gently into that ball and socket joint. A hidden world of the hips. Deep inside the hips. Let's go the other way. Now, if this feels good for your body today, you can by all means stay here, just circling your hips. Or if you'd like to, you can raise your arms and balance here with the legs in this position. Adding on to that, we can bring the left arm over the right, weaving the arms around one another, coming into eagle arms here. Letting the elbows rise as the shoulders drop, bringing the chin slightly in and down. Breathe deep. Allow the pose. This pose is called horse pose. And there is a good reason that we do it that relates to Hecate, but we'll talk about that on the other side. For a moment, just find the pose, find the hidden places, find the balance. Find the breath. Beautiful. When you're ready, let's come out of that. And repeat on the other side. So the right foot is coming to the floor and turning outwards. And we circle the hips to begin with. Working into the ball and socket joint. Hidden places within the pelvis. Gorgeous. Let's go the other way. And then if you like, you can stay here, work with your circles, or you can come into that balance, bringing your right arm over your left, weaving the arms for eagle pose here, eagle arms. But this is horse pose. And Hecate is often depicted with three faces, the maiden, the mother, and the crone, which shows us her multifaceted nature. But sometimes these faces are seen as the lion, the dog, and the horse. So incidentally, each animal pose we've done at this point. But it's said that these different animals show us the different phases of life, or today the different phases of practice maybe. But Hecate comes in dark, difficult places, so stay with this pose a little bit longer. Know that she can be beautiful, very nurturing, and very wise. She can be a crone. She can be old and grumpy and short-tempered. She can be young and fun and youthful. We cannot pin Hecate down to any one thing, and you never know which aspect you will find in her. And this is a part of her magic and her allure. Come out of that pose now, lovelies. We're going to bring 2 blocks to your mat, stack them, put a bolster over them, and use as many blankets and pillows as you need for a supported straddle, which is our next pose, so I'll just give you a moment to set up. So we can see that Hecate often comes to us when she came to Persephone, when we're in the dark or we're low about something. And Hecate encourages us to trust our own gut feelings, our hidden knowings or knowledge, our occult gifts, our hidden gifts to find a way through. And she asks us today to explore the clairs. Which ones do you have? Clear seeing, clear hearing, clear feeling, or clear knowing? And how can you embrace or expand upon this gift, this inner gift, this hidden gift, even if you can't explain them or pin them down? How can you learn to listen to your more subtle, hidden or esoteric talents? And I'll leave you for a moment just to ponder this. So lovelies, do you have the ability to see things beyond what others seem to, or hear things beyond what it feels like others can hear, or feel more, or just know things without knowing how you know. And these are very natural abilities in the human being that we have forgotten over time, that exist within all of us to varying levels. So maybe you can reclaim some of your hidden talents right now as you go deeper into the darkness, closing your eyes, letting go. Beautiful. Let's come out of that now. Leave your props where they are and turn yourself around so you can just lie back over them in a supported heart opener. Let your legs be wherever is comfortable for you. Use more or less blankets, whatever is appropriate, to prop yourself into that good position. Moving between the worlds as it feels when we transition from that very introspective pose to this extroverted pose. We do this because the flip side of Hecate is if she is too careless and too comfortable, she can become too internal and lose her connections to the outer worlds. She reminds us to be careful not to become too distant from our relationships, to stay close to them and close to the truth, good and bad. Because within our relationships, it is all too easy to fall into darkness and delusion, or fall away from others. And you can call on Hecate to help you get back on the right path, to bring you resolution or pull the right strings to put every relationship you have back into a better place. Remember, Hecate sits skillfully within the web of life, and she can pull the right strings to reweave situations and actualize positive change. So as you lie here now, you might like to ask for her help with any difficult situations or relationships. Within our relationships, it's all too easy to fall into darkness and delusion, or fall away from those that we love. And we can call on Hecate to get back on the right path and bring resolution. She reweaves the situations to actualize change. Inhaling here. Exhaling when you're ready, slowly make your way up. Off of your prop, but let's sit with the left hip. Keep your props as they are, but sit with your left hip towards your props. Bringing your left shin out in front of you, which I'm guessing will line up with the side of your mat. Your right leg is coming behind you to line up with the short edge of your mat, I think. But you'll get it by looking at me. We're coming into deer pose with the left foot forward and the props to the left. Take a moment to let your hips settle. And then when you're ready, gently twist to the left so you can rest over your props. Your right hip will probably come up away from the ground, that's fine. Again, let yourself fall into the hidden realms here. Hecate is a pre-Olympian triple goddess of the underworld. Her senses are finely tuned to sense every subtle shift in her environment. And she asks us today to take this time to tune into our subtler senses. Our hidden realms. Okay, beautiful. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly unravel yourself. We're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So just shift your body around so your right hip is lining up with your props. Your right shin is coming out in front of you. And your left foot is kind of pointing behind you to whatever your body's capacity. Take a moment to let your hips settle, to find the pose. And then when you're ready, return and twist to the right, I think, over your props. So we're twisting the other way. Finally tune your senses. Really feel, really hear, really see and know in this moment. Hecate, a pre-Olympian triple goddess of the underworld, her senses finely tuned to sense every subtle shift within herself and in her environment. She can help us with our relationships. She comes to us when we feel in the dark, lost or low about something. She has a multifaceted nature. The three faces of the maiden, the mother, and the crone, or the three faces of the lion, the dog, and the horse. Showing us we never know what to expect with her. And this is a part of her magic. And she reflects back to us that we never know what to expect within ourselves. The hidden or occult gifts that we might have, we might discount. She asks us to look at them today, to consider them today. Gorgeous. Okay, let's come out of that, unravel, rewave yourself back to center. Move your props to one side, lovely, and bring your legs up the wall with as little fuss as possible. And once we get here, let's come into a 3-part breath. So breathe into your abdomen, your chest, and your collarbones. And then breathe out, abdomen, chest, collarbones. Abdomen, chest, collarbones, breathing up the body. Same pattern as you breathe out, abdomen, chest, collarbones, relaxing into the breath. 3-part breathing here. Three-part breathing because 3 is really the magic number. With Hecate especially, 3 is a powerful number for her. 3 is a powerful number anyway in terms of patterns. Our brains absorb things better when presented in 3s. It is thought and it is widely known that when an idea is repeated 3 times, it is better understood. Historically, witches commonly said to hang around in 3s. Invocations are more potent when repeated 3 times. There are 3 stages of birth, life, and death, and 3 stages of learning. Beginner, which are beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Hecate has 3 faces, and Hecate has 3 main symbols. the symbol of a key, a torch, and a dog. And sometimes Hecate's dog is even the three-headed dog, Cerberus. And together Cerberus and Hecate stand upon a three-junctioned road or crossroads known as the Trivium, offering help to those who are lost. Release your breath when you're ready. Close your eyes, enter into the darkness. Rub your hands together vigorously and then palm your eyes to make the darkness warmer and closer. Then release your hands. And within the darkness, form a picture of Hecate and Cerberus standing on the trivium, the three-pointed path. Hecate is holding her torch, wearing a long black cloak that covers her head, and she beckons you closer. "Do not fear my three-headed dog," she says, "for Cerberus will not eat you. He guards the gates of the underworld, keeping dark forces from your world. He is our protector, and his three heads represent the past, the present, and the future. He wishes to eat only the things that are holding you back. And you are now invited to give him something from your past to eat, so you can be done with it. So from deep within your inner worlds, if you feel guided to do so, you can give Cerberus, the three-headed dog, something from your past. Let him swallow it up. All gone. You are now invited by Hecate to feed him something from your present, so it no longer weighs you down. If you feel guided to do so, do so. Feed him something from your present. And finally, you are invited to feed Cerberus something now of the future. Feed him the worry of the future, fear of the future, so you can move forward without that, if you feel guided to do so. Hecate now hands you her key. This key opens doorways for people which they may have kept closed. Locked up places containing inner gifts and inner talents which they may have shied away from. Hecate asks you to explore the clairs. Clairvoyance, clear seeing; clairaudience, clear hearing; clairsentience, clear feeling; or claircognizance, clear knowing. Which one or ones do you have locked up inside you? Hecate asks how you can embrace this gift or expand upon this gift, even if you can't explain them, even if they are mysterious to you. Can you listen to your hidden talents? You feel light now come into the darkness and realize Hecate is holding her torch aloft. My torch helps people have foresight enough to consider a little into the brightest future with every decision they make. You have 3 pathways open to you. I will shine a light down each pathway to help you when you're lost in the labyrinth of decision making, so you can see the best way through. And you follow Hecate's light down the pathway or pathways that you are shown. Hecate asks you what sounds, pictures, knowings, or feelings come to your mind as you look into your future, as you look into your decisions. And if you feel drawn, she invites you to walk towards whatever feels like it serves your highest light. Hecate speaks. I come into your awareness when the fates are working to shape your life in ways that are not yet known to you. I am a wise mystic. I encourage you to move away from the nuts and bolts of the small things of day-to-day life. Make a shift within yourself to move towards the mystery or the unseen forces working their magic behind the scenes. I remind you that if you can expand your perspective to meet these mysterious, mystical forces, knowing you are safe and protected, you will unlock your current situation and find new roads to explore. Rub your palms together, lovely. Create some energy, placing your palms over your closed eyes. Feel Hecate moving away now into the deeper darknesses, the more hidden places. And then gently bring your hands back, gently open your eyes. And slowly bring yourself back to a seated position. Bring your chin slightly up. Your arms are straight, reaching out to a 45-degree angle, and start to gently make a figure 8 infinity movement. We're coming back to that first set of poses. Allow the body to move with the momentum of the arms. Close your eyes and become the darkness. Beautiful darkness. This movement creates space in the armpits and a field of energy around the psyche. So our inner pathways become a little clearer to us. Super beautiful. For a moment, come to stillness, bringing your arms directly above your head, and then begin that infinity loop. Again, really stretching, really opening your armpits. Imagine yourself moving upwards, heightening your senses, bringing those inner senses from the family of the clairs: claircognizance, clear knowing; clairsentience, clear feeling; clairaudience, clear hearing; clairvoyance, clear seeing. Bringing the clairs back with you, those hidden gifts and talents. Come back to stillness, bring your hands to your laps, keep your eyes closed, but open your mouth. Make sure your teeth are apart and breathe in and out through your mouth. Now, keeping the mouth in this position, start to slowly and quietly breathe in and out through the nostrils. Beautiful. And then release your breath. Come to lie down, hugging your knees in towards your chest. Allow your knees to drop to the left. Allow your knees to come back to center and then over to the right. Coming back to center when you're ready. We're going to come into a nice dark Shavasana tonight. So if your lights are on, turn the lights down low. If you have an eye pillow, use it even if it's dark. Lie down, find comfort and fall inwards into the darkness. Let go. Hecate has come to us today to let us know that the fates are working to shape life in ways that are not yet known to you, encouraging you to make a shift within yourself to move towards the mysterious or the unseen forces that work their magic behind the scenes. Reminding you that if you can expand your perspective to meet these mysterious, mystical forces, knowing you are safe and protected, you will unlock your current situation and find new roads to explore. Fall into Shavasana. See where these new roads take you. Okay, lovelies, when you're ready, gently begin to deepen the breath. Moving super slowly. Move your fingers and your toes. Roll your head a little side to side. Gently taking whatever stretch your body needs. Hugging your knees in towards your chest. Roll a little side to side, just massage your hips. Roll to one side, taking a moment to consciously bring back anything, if anything, has been useful for you today. Bring it back as you return to a comfortable seat. Bringing your hands to your heart with gratitude to Hecate, all of the unseen forces that work to help us along our journeys. With gratitude to you, Namaste.